What's up, everyone? I'm Tammy Harrison, and welcome to Mix Cocktail Hour, coming to you live from Awesome Town. We have a fantastic show planned for you guys today, so I say let's get to it. Please give a warm welcome to my cocktail partner, Scott Cushman!
Yes! Tammy, we did it! Back again. So good to be back in Awesome Town.
Whole 2 weeks again without you.
I know, it's weird. How'd you do? 13 days.
Withdrawal symptoms
Yeah.
galore.
Yeah.
But alcohol helped.
Yeah, sure, I'm sure.
Obviously,
Yeah.
got me
That
through
big
the day.
hump right in the middle, I'm sure was good. That's pretty
Exactly.
good, yeah?
Exactly.
So we are going to do 3 cocktails using Maraschino Liqueur, which
Love
is,
it.
it's from Croatia. It was originally invented in Croatia.
Uh-huh.
It's made of Marasca cherries, which we can't really find a ton of Marasca cherries today, just growing on trees because they're gross. They're disgusting if you eat them by themselves.
Really?
They're just not good to eat.
Why?
You know, like we're used to like Bing cherries, Rainier cherries.
Yeah.
We're like, those are like, that's what a cherry tastes like. These don't taste like that. I
We
don't
used
know
to
why.
have a cherry tree in one of our gardens that we had in Austria. They were called Herzkirschen.
And they were delicious.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, these Marasca
Yeah.
devilberries are awful. But what they did do is they made a great liqueur out of them. I don't know how I discovered that this was my favorite liqueur.
Yeah.
I just started noticing that every drink that I like seek out has this in it. So why don't we start making
Let's
some of
see
these
if it
cocktails?
becomes one of my favorites.
Back in the day, when people were making cocktails, there was really only 3 cocktails you could order. You could order a straight whiskey cocktail or a standard whiskey cocktail.
Okay.
You could order a fancy whiskey cocktail, and that that's a whiskey cocktail that just had a little bit of orange liqueur in it.
Okay.
Or you could order an improved whiskey cocktail, and that either had absinthe or it had maraschino liqueur.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off with a basic cocktail
Yeah.
called a tequila cocktail, but we are going to be doing the improved version of it. So we're just going to be adding some maraschino to it.
Okay.
Let us build.
Do it.
We are first going to start off, why not, with the Luxardo maraschino that we'll be using today. This is how the bottles of Luxardo maraschino all come. Tim, do you know what the outside of this is? You know what this straw is called?
Wicca?
It is called a fiasco.
Oh, okay.
That is literally what it's called.
Really?
It is called a fiasco. So when you have a bottle like this and it's wrapped in straw,
Yeah.
fiasco.
Wow.
I don't know if that has anything to do with the what a fiasco actually is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But this is a fiasco.
Too many drinks on a Saturday night. That's what I call a fiasco.
Yeah, suddenly I'm wrapped in twine and
Yes.
don't know how I got
Exactly.
there. Tinted green. We're just gonna go ahead and put in 1/4 of an ounce of that guy. Next, we have to start to build the actual cocktail itself. Cocktails have 3 ingredients. They have a bitters, they have a booze, and they have a sweetener. Start off with the sweetener over here first. Since this is tequila, why not go with agave syrup? We're gonna be putting in half
I
of
like
an
that better
ounce.
than honey and simple syrup.
You know, and it goes so much better with tequila because they are from the same plant, from the agave plant, which isn't a cactus. Do you know what it is?
No.
It is a fern. It's a fern.
Is it?
It's a fern.
Really?
Yeah, the agave is a type of fern, crazy enough.
Who knew?
I did. Turns out I knew
Apart
that.
from you. Who
Yeah,
knew?
well, I knew that.
No one.
And so there's probably some Mexican
And now me.
dudes that
Now
totally know
2
that.
more people know.
Yeah. And the 20 people that are watching.
Yes.
Next thing we want to put in is we want to put some bittering agent into this guy.
Yeah.
Now we can of course just go ahead and grab for our aromatic, the Angostura, the Peychauds, but I wanted to go with something a little different. I have these guys down here.
Did you bring your little tiny bottles in
I
again?
did. I
You
brought in
did?
my tiny little bottles. This is a tiny little bottle of homemade chocolate bitters. I feel like we start talking about like Mexican chocolates and that. I feel like this goes really well in this cocktail. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be taking 3 of these. Now, if you cannot find a way to make this stuff or do not have the 3 months that I just had.
You need 3 months to make chocolate bitters?
To make any kind of bitters,
That
you're looking
much?
for about 3 months.
Comes out of
no,
it?
no, I have much larger bottles at the house. If you don't have that time, there is a great company that does make them, Aztec chocolate bitters. The company is called Fees, but they make a great Aztec chocolate bitters. We have this ready to go in here, but of course we do need a tequila.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yes, of course. So tequila we're gonna be using today is going to be Angelisco.
And I find it interesting, you kind of built it sort of backwards.
Well, I built it cheapest ingredient first, except I wanted to start off with the maraschino.
Does it matter which sequence you...
No.
Okay.
No, not for this
I don't know, there
one.
might be some secret to this. I don't know.
No, not for this one. It doesn't. There are some where it does matter a little bit, but I just try and build least expensive first. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and put in 2 full ounces of this delicious Angelisco Reposado Tequila. We want something that has a little wood in it, so it does remind us still of that old fashioned that we love so much. That this is based on the whiskey cocktail, the old fashioned whiskey cocktail. And we have it.
That's it?
This is it. This is the entire cocktail. There is no, this is, I think, one of the very first cocktails I've done on here that doesn't have any fruit juice in it. It's not sweet. It's just sort of well-rounded and interesting. I hope you dig it, Tammy. Let's go ahead and give this a stir.
I hope so, too.
Me too. I could not take the heartbreak of you hating one of my cocktails.
And I'll let you know.
Yeah, I know you will. You have before.
I will tell you.
Yeah, I don't know how I got over it.
Well, you haven't. That's how.
No, I just got fat again. I guess that's how that happened. That's just what happened. I grew the beard out, covered up my teardrop tattoo.
Oh, so you got to cool it down quite a bit then.
Yeah, so we want to definitely give this some water. I feel like this cocktail definitely can use a touch extra water, touch extra coldness, because we are going to be serving this one up off the bar in something that looks like this. This is called a coupe. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and pour this guy into here. We do have to give it just a touch of a garnish, probably a twist and a half. Right on top, always twist your garnishes or always cut your garnishes above the cocktail so that all those oils get into it. And look at that. I think that is my very first aromatic I've ever made on this show. And we've been doing this for months and months now. Go ahead and grab that, Tam, and let me know.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, you can get right behind.
I really didn't think I was.
Yep. I'm always nervous about that cocktail. I think you...
Oh, the chocolate comes on the back end.
Yeah. Chocolate comes through. You get that like Mexican chocolate, that spicy chocolate, the agave, the tequila crash into each other.
It takes a minute. It takes a minute.
That maraschino is really it's really holding its own in there as like the big odd sweetening agent that brings everything together.
This tastes like a piece of cake.
Yeah.
This is delicious.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right, drink number 2.
Let's drink number 2.
Dos.
Yeah, dos. This next one is a drink of my own creation. I wanted to find something, so when, Tammy knows this, but maybe other people don't. Before the whole quarantine, the whole lockdown, I used to teach classes live in bars. Yeah. I taught them 5 nights a week for about 7 years.
Wow,
which is
5 times a week.
5 times a week.
Wow.
I had a rule. I had a bunch of rules that people would start to learn in the class. One of them is never use more than half of an ounce of Maraschino Liqueur. Just never do it.
Really?
If you use too much of it, you're just gonna sort of lose the rest of the cocktail.
Yeah.
I have decided to break that rule today in creating a cocktail. I'm going to make a cocktail that has 3/4 of an ounce. It's only going up by a quarter, but that's a lot, in my opinion.
Okay, I know there's gonna be a reason for it.
Yes, as we taste it, as we like get into it, we will start to see like what that flavor is.
No, I can see you at home with the lab coat, the goggles. There's like smoke everywhere, and you're testing out your drinks.
Yes.
And this is something, I don't know what it is. And then you
is
thought, it
very
cannot be.
Yes.
It cannot be the Maraschino Liqueur.
Switch out lab coat for open robe, and you are correct. That is what it is. For open robe and heart boxers, and you have nailed what my house looks like. So, yes, other than that, it definitely is that. Just me.
Yeah.
Shut the window,
crazy professor.
You jerk.
Yeah.
About to be thrown out of Reseda. So we have this right here. This is going to be called the Roze Blossom for some reason with a Z. I don't know why I did
R-O-Z-E?
that. R-O-Z-E. It was actually a typo that I sent to the producers, and so now it's the Roze.
Hey, that's how things happen.
That is how things happen.
That's how magic happens.
It was not. No, that was totally my bad. No idea what the Z is doing in there. Well, let's build. Let's build. We're going to split our base in this cocktail, Tammy. We're going to split it technically 3 ways.
Okay.
We're going to grab some dry gin. This is actually a Los Angelino dry gin. This is Mulholland gin.
Nice.
Mulholland gin. We're going to put in sort of an odd number for this. Most bartenders sort of roll their eyes when they see 1.25 ounces of something, but as a tiki bartender, I just know that means a tiki pour. So we're just going to be putting in just a touch more than an ounce. We're looking for an ounce and a quarter of the gin. We want to round that gin out by bringing something sort of sweet and bright to this. And that is going to come in the form of Calvados.
Was that cognac?
Calvados. This is actually an apple brandy.
Oh yeah, that's right. I love this stuff.
Yeah. The producers were not crazy I was using this. It is kind of expensive. So we're only going to be putting in 3/4 of an ounce. Not because I'm trying to save any money or anything, but because that's all it needs.
Yeah.
That's all it needs.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah, I did spill a little bit. Yeah, there was a lot.
You spilled about $6 worth in the bar, Scott.
As that dropped. I was talking. I shouldn't have been doing that.
Oh no.
Next ingredient that we have right here is, of course,
the Fiasco.
The Fiasco, the green bottle Fiasco, the Luxardo Maraschino, 3/4 of an ounce. I know Paul is at home watching.
Yeah.
Paul has taken a number of my classes, and Paul is probably very nervous that I'm breaking my own rule. Half an ounce of Luxardo Maraschino.
This is like Cobra Kai.
It's
in their 3 rules and they're getting broken.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And I am
strike
Johnny
first,
Lawrence.
strike hard, no mercy.
No mercy.
And you're like,
hashtag
there's
no
more
mercy.
no mercy.
No mercy. We are done with mercy.
We're done with it.
Yeah. So right now, if you guys were to put your nose right after this, you would definitely smell trees. There's some Tannenbaum in there. There is apple.
Yeah.
And then there's cherries. All kinds of like deliciousness sort of emanating through this. So next thing we have to put in here is going to be some lemon juice, just to brighten it up more than anything. We just want that to be sort of bright, about half an ounce. Next 2 things we have to add, we want to make this into a rose sort of flavored. So we want to start off by adding 2 dashes of Peychauds bitters. Adds just a little bit of pink to it, sort of rounds out the cocktail. 1, 2, 3. Sort of newer bottles, we just need a touch more. You really, if you have droppers, always better. Droppers are a little bit more precise. We don't have droppers. We spent all of our money on Calvados.
True.
Next thing we have to add is going to be this guy right here, rose water.
Nice.
Rose water. So we're gonna give this a big rose feel. Now this is a full bottle as well, so
That's
full
great
bottle.
for your skin too.
What's that?
That's great for your skin too. It is. If you put rose water in, you dilute it into water, you can have a really fantastic.
Oh, I imagine.
Face spray.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I have no idea.
Hashtag.
I grew a beard so that I don't have to even worry about that. We're gonna be putting in 2 big dashes, or if you have a fuller bottle, 4 or 5 small dashes. And then we smell that. It smells so much like walking through a rose garden. It is crazy. We're gonna shake this one just a touch. We don't need a big shake on this one. We do not need to like break up anything. We just wanna open it up a bit.
Oh, is that it?
That's it, that's all.
I couldn't even get ready for my
No, sorry, you want
shake.
one more time? Ready?
No, it's over now.
This is sad. What a sad little day. We are going to be pouring this over 1 large clear piece of ice. Since we have shaken, we will use our Hawthorne strainer into here. And look at how beautiful and pretty and pink that
nice.
Cocktail comes out. But we do have to garnish this. So we're gonna use a grapefruit. We're going to peel this right above our cocktail. We're gonna try and go around this grapefruit as many times as we can in order to make a rose garnish. Now, what does that mean, Tammy?
Rolling up a piece.
We're gonna roll up the piece.
Peel?
That's exactly right. We're gonna roll this guy up, and suddenly we have built a rosebud. We have a little rosebud. We are going to take a
sticker.
Sticker. Little callback from an earlier episode. We're gonna take a sticker or a toothpick.
Yes.
I believe it's called a
It's commonly
toothpick.
It's commonly known in the world
As a
as
toothpick.
Yes.
Weird.
Yes.
A sticker.
The Cushman household calls it a sticker.
And just for good measure, Tammy, we're going to take 2 rose petals. We are going to float these on the opposite side, right in here, and we have it. We have the Roze with a Z Blossom.
The Roze.
The Roze
Blossom.
Go ahead and give that a chance.
I mean, it's beautiful.
Give it a chance.
Look at that. That's pretty.
Yeah. Nice cocktail. Yeah, that's that orange or that's a grapefruit. It'll change the scent of it just a touch.
Outfit.
It does actually. I was really
perfect.
excited when you came in wearing all the pink.
Yeah.
You know.
Smells great.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Let's see what kind of stuff you come up with. Mmm.
Hey. Not too bad, huh?
That's refreshing.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this.
Thank you. You can.
I like it.
Are you getting all the different trees? You're sort of feeling the
It is.
gin, the apple. You're getting.
You're smelling this
cherry.
beautiful Roze Blossom
Yeah.
garden, but there's some apple trees in there.
Yeah.
There's some cherry trees in there.
That's what I was going for, Tim.
Well
That is
done.
what I was going for.
See?
Yeah.
You're experimenting at home in your
I am.
bathrobe.
Just throw it back and get to it.
Yeah, this is great.
Thank you.
This would be good on a hot summer day
Yeah.
somewhere. You got your friends over, there's a pool party going on or something.
It also looks a little bit like rosé.
It does,
So like
yeah.
if you were like, my friends are boring, I want to put something harder into my rosé glass.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Oh no, this is great.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Drink numero.
Drink number 3,
Tres.
Tammy. This is shameless. This is shameless.
What?
This is my very favorite cocktail. My number one
I think
favorite
I've heard
cocktail.
you say that
Yes.
multiple times about other
I
cocktails.
don't think that I have said it about any drink other than this one. This is a cocktail that is named after one of my favorite people to ever walk this planet,
Don the Beach Guy.
Ernest Hemingway.
Oh.
Of course, Ernest Hemingway. During the time that Ernest had left the United States and was living in Cuba, he was one day walking past a little bar called La Floridita. Inside, there was a man named Constantino Ribialagua Vert. Hemingway was drunk and
Of course.
had to pee. As the story goes,
Okay.
really had to pee,
Yeah.
and he saw that there was a bathroom inside La Floridita, walked past Constantino doing his thing. He had about 40 different daiquiris up on the bar, went in, peed, came back out and said, "What are you doing?" And Constantino said, "Mr. Hemingway, try one of these." He tried it, he said he liked it, he said he wanted double the booze, and he wanted none of the sugar. A couple reasons. First of all, Papa was a big drinker. And also diabetic, so he just wanted booze in his cocktail. Anyway, so let's begin. Of course, if we're going to be making it in anything, why not make it in Hemingway's head?
Oh wow, look at that.
This is my Hemingway tiki mug. I do have one. We are going to be making the Papa Doble.
Okay.
And let's begin. We are going to start off with 4 ounces of a light rum. Now you can do Cuban, but I just saw that we did have this up here today, so I will be doing the Plantation. We're gonna be doing 4 full ounces of whatever white rum you can get your hands on. The next thing we wanna grab is going to be this guy right here. This is grapefruit juice, 3/4 of an ounce only.
Okay.
An easy 3/4. Next ingredient, the juice of half of a lime. Looking for half of an ounce of a lime. We then want to add a half of an ounce of Luxardo Maraschino. This would have been so good for Hemingway. 32% alcohol, but with the same sweetness as sugar. So he's getting drunk on all the sugar he's drinking. He's not worrying about extra sugar. Spectacular.
He
Brilliant
kept all
guy.
his limbs. His diabetes didn't get any worse.
Well, he didn't keep his head. That was the one limb he did lose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Famously shot himself in the head.
Well, that came later on. He probably ran out of alcohol.
But we know what we're talking about.
He ran out of alcohol.
Yeah. Well, it's tough.
Anyway,
withdrawals are the worst.
That was a different day.
Anybody's ever had the DTs knows. I'd rather shoot myself. We are then going to, why not? We're going to put in a splash of simple syrup.
Okay.
We're going to give this a big, fat shake. We can put a lot of ice in here because this is a very thick cocktail.
Okay.
We can let this spread and sit for a while. Lovely. Hemingway would not have had time to sit around and wait for any kind of filtering, so we're just going to pump and dump this into,
That
ironically,
is your mug, right?
This is my
definitely
mug.
your private mug.
It is unfortunate that the hole is in the back of his head. That's probably not a great place to put a Hemingway mug. I always thought that was odd, but that is where it is. And I did want to do a quick homage to one of my top 3 favorite Hemingway novels.
Okay.
The Old Man and the Sea. You know the story of The Old Man and the Sea?
Of course.
It's about Santiago who goes out on his little boat and catches a fish that gets eaten by a shark. The Old Man and the Sea.
That's amazing. Look at that.
Garnish.
Got a little sun hat on and everything.
He does have a little sun hat. Yes, I thought that was nice. Thank you.
Round of applause.
And it
for that.
lives inside of the hole in Hemingway's head.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. We had such a blast. We'll be back again, hopefully with more little Fisher. I mean, that's amazing. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's have another quick look at that,
Yeah,
shall
right?
we?
And it does kind of look like he caught one of the Pac-Man ghosts. But
It
I'm
does.
not great with fish, apparently.
That's great. Well done. I like that a lot.
All right.
Cheerio, everybody.